I'd like to review with you the TransActPOS dashboard and some of the things you can do with it. We're going to choose under your company name the button to the right of your logo. If you click on that, the system will present to you for the given date. This can be a change date and refresh. 3 different graphs. Here's a line graph, pie chart, and a bar graph. When I'm looking at this, I'm interested in this value right here, this negative value. And that's what a quick look says. Oh, there's a negative there and looks like a negative there. What's going on? So what I can do is go to one of the other reporting systems and actually drill into the data. So let's go look at that. From the main menu, let's go to AR, Reports, Invoice List. We're going to choose that same date range. And we're going to select Generate. We can select Preview. And on this particular report, Invoice List Detail Report, we'll see the GP percentage to the far right. Now there's some odd negative values. A couple of them here, as we know that there will be. So let's go show you how you can quickly resolve this issue. We're going to exit this report and actually use Data View. So select Data View. I don't really want to see all 34 fields, so I'm going to uncheck this, and then I'm going to choose the item number, customer ID number, invoice, invoice date, invoice time, description, ID. But really the important one I want to see down here is the bottom is gross profit. I'll select OK. I can open up this screen, and then I want to sort this out. If I left click on that gross profit percentage, it'll sort this in an ascending fashion. So there's our 82.91 at the very top. If I scroll back to the bottom, there's my negatives that I'm looking for. What else you can do in this particular report is you can right click, and I only want to see things less than 10%. Set a filter, so that would limit that list instead of sorting. So a couple of ways of getting here. So what I want to be able to do is go to this item, which is apparently one of the candies has an issue, and looks like a couple of candy products have issues. So if I double click on this highlighted line, because I could do any of these, this is the same item twice, so I can double click. And to the center here, we are going to go into the item that is related to this record versus the customer. So I can go to the item, and that's going to bring up the inventory screen for us. And what we'll see to the bottom left is the average cost is $32 per selling unit. So apparently when this inventory was brought in, there was probably a multiple selling unit issue that was the cause of this. But right now, what we want to do is address this average cost issue for the present inventory, and then also the historic sales that may have occurred on this product. So we're going to go to Adjust Cost, and we're going to fix the problem. So let's figure that that was a 100-piece product. Maybe it should be 32 cents. So I'm going to change this average weighted cost to 32 cents. Without the limited knowledge I have right now, is I'm assuming this is the proper values that we want to apply. So I'm going to apply also a 32-cent last cost to this. Now that takes care of the new sales coming in, but also I need to go and correct the historic sales. So currently it is set to this date range. So I'm going to go in and change this all the way back to the beginning of the year and select Apply. So I have 2 occurrences of those sales here recently. I'm going to check each of these, so I can do a check all, so it would be choosing those. And then I'm going to give it a new stock cost of 32 cents. So the selling cost will be changing to 32 cents because that's what we're establishing here. So I'm going to choose apply invoice cost, this 32 cents, and I'll say yes here. And note that our current selling cost is $32. I select OK. Now it changes. I can select close. I've corrected that earlier. I can select save. And I'm done with this particular item. Now, this report is a report. It's a static report. It will not refresh until you rerun this. So let's go to the next item. If we double clicked, went to item, we'll probably see the same issue here. Let's go adjust cost. We'll change this to the 45 cents. And again, you would be applying appropriate cost. I'm going to move this back to the beginning of the year by pressing Y in that date field. There was the one occurrence of that. I would check all. So you may have many, hundreds of invoices that had occurred at that point, and this allows you to fix all those in one fell swoop. I'm going to change that to 45 cents. Apply that cost. Select OK, and it solved that issue. Now, if we go back and run this report after I save and close these screens, we go run that report. I'll close out of here. I'll go return. I'm going to regenerate this same report, same parameters. We go run that data view again. I'm going to clear all this out. And I could go straight to the report, but I'll keep the same format that we had before, something very similar to that. And our expectation is when we come back into this report, we're certainly not going to see the candies that we had earlier. So now we're down to, yes, those were taken out. That was resolved. So if we go back into an item that we repaired, we go to IC report file, IC inventory file, excuse me, and then bring up that particular product. Here it is. We'll see that those costs were appropriately changed. We look at reports and look at the sales report. We choose include cost and profit margin. Select preview. We'll see that our margins are now more appropriate. Closing out of those screens allows us to get back to the main menu. Thank you.